Hello everyone, and welcome back to another lesson. Today, we are covering 3 expressions that come up constantly in real English conversation and that learners at every level mix up, misuse, or feel unsure about.
Yes, and what makes these 3 so interesting is that they all deal with the future in some way. They all involve wanting something or anticipating something, but they work in completely different ways, and the grammar behind each one is different.
So, if you have ever wondered when to use wish and when to use hope, or you have struggled with look forward to and what comes after it, today is going to clear all of that up completely.
And as always, we are going to keep everything simple, clear, and full of real examples. By the end of this episode, you will feel completely confident using all 3 in your daily English conversations.
Let us start with hope, because it's the most straightforward of the 3, and understanding it first makes the differences with wish much clearer.
So, in the simplest possible words, what does hope mean, and when do you use it?
Hope is used when you want something to happen and you believe it is possible. There's a real chance of it happening. You're looking forward to a positive outcome that could genuinely occur.
So, the feeling behind hope is positive and realistic. You want it, you think it could happen, you're optimistic about it.
For example, I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. You're talking about real weather that might or might not happen. The possibility is real. You want the positive outcome. I hope she gets the job. She applied. She might get it. You want her to succeed. I hope you feel better soon. The person is sick. Getting better is possible. You're expressing a genuine positive wish for their recovery.
Now, let's look at the grammar of hope, because this is where learners sometimes make mistakes.
After hope, you use present tense for something you want to happen in the near future. I hope it is sunny tomorrow. I hope he arrives on time. Present tense is used even though you're talking about the future.
You can also use hope with will when the future meaning needs to be very clear. I hope she will come to the party. Both I hope she comes and I hope she will come are both natural and correct.
And hope can be followed by to plus the base verb when the subject of hoping and doing are the same person. I hope to visit Japan one day. I hope to finish this project by Friday. The person hoping and the person doing the action are both I. Mistake to avoid. Some learners say, I hope she would come. That would is wrong here because would signals something imaginary or hypothetical. Hope is for real possibilities. I hope she comes or I hope she will come are both correct. Not I hope she would come.
And another mistake is using present tense after hope when talking about the future. I hope she came is wrong if you mean you want her to come in the future. I hope she comes is correct.
Now let's move to wish, and this is where things get really interesting because wish has a very different feeling from hope.
Wish is used when you want something that is not possible or not real at this moment, or when you want a past situation to have been different. There's often a feeling of regret or longing with wish.
So the key difference from hope is this. Hope is for real possible situations. Wish is for impossible, unlikely, or unreal situations. Wish is for things you cannot have or cannot change.
Let me give you some examples. I wish I could fly. Flying is not possible for humans. You know it's not real, but you're expressing the desire anyway. I wish I had more time. Right now, you don't have more time. The situation is real. You are wishing it were different.
I wish it were summer. It's not summer right now. You're wishing for a different reality. I wish I had studied harder when I was young. That time is past. You can't go back. You're wishing the past were different.
Do you see how all of those wishes involve something that can't actually happen or can't be changed? That's the world of wish.
Now, the grammar of wish is very important and slightly more complex. Let's go through it carefully.
When you wish about a present situation that you want to be different, you use wish followed by a past tense verb. This is not talking about the actual past. The past tense here signals that the situation is unreal right now.
I wish I had more money right now. Had is past tense, but you're talking about a present situation. I wish I knew the answer. Knew is past tense, but you mean right now in the present. I wish I lived closer to my family. Lived is past tense, but you mean currently.
This use of past tense after wish to signal a present unreal situation is one of the most important grammar points in English. The past tense does not mean past time here. It means the situation is not real right now.
When you wish for something to happen or stop happening, often expressing frustration, you use wish followed by would plus base verb.
I wish it would stop raining. You're frustrated that it keeps raining. I wish he would listen to me. He's not listening and you want him to. I wish they would be quiet. They're making noise and you want them to stop.
This wish with would is often used for things other people or nature are doing that you want to change. You're expressing mild frustration or a strong desire for a change in someone else's behavior or in a situation.
Now let's talk about the mistakes people make with wish, because there are quite a few, and knowing them will save you a lot of confusion.
The biggest mistake is using hope when wish is needed or wish when hope is needed. Someone might say, I wish you pass your exam to a friend before their exam. But passing the exam is possible. It's a real situation. So, I hope you pass your exam is correct, not wish.
And on the other side, someone might say, I wish I were taller, but being taller is not possible. It's an unreal desire about your present situation. So, I wish I were taller is correct, not hope.
The test is always this. Is the thing you want actually possible in reality? If yes, use hope. If no, or if you're longing for something you cannot have, use wish. Another mistake is using present tense after wish when talking about a present unreal situation. I wish I am taller is wrong. You need the past tense to signal the unreal nature of the wish. I wish I were taller or I wish I was taller. Both were and was are used in informal speech. Were is traditionally correct, but was is widely accepted in everyday conversation.
And a third mistake is forgetting had in past regret sentences. I wish I studied harder is less complete than I wish I had studied harder. The had is important for clearly signaling that this is about a past situation that you regret and cannot change.
Now let's move to look forward to. This expression is used when you're eagerly anticipating something that is definitely going to happen. You're excited about it. You're waiting for it with pleasure.
So, look forward to is about positive anticipation. Something real is coming and you can't wait for it to arrive. The feeling is excitement and pleasant expectation.
For example, I'm looking forward to the holiday. The holiday is coming. You're excited about it. She is looking forward to meeting you. The meeting is going to happen, and she is eager about it. I look forward to hearing from you. This is very common in professional emails. It means I'm waiting for your response and I expect it positively.
Now, the most important grammar rule about look forward to, the word to in look forward to is a preposition, not part of an infinitive. This means it must be followed by a noun or a gerund, which is the ing form of the verb.
This is where so many learners make a mistake. They know that to is often followed by a base verb in English, to go, to eat, to study. So they say, I am looking forward to see you. But that's wrong. Because in look forward to, the to is a preposition, and prepositions are followed by nouns or gerunds, not base verbs.
So the correct forms are, I am looking forward to seeing you. Seeing is the gerund. I am looking forward to the weekend. The weekend is a noun. She is looking forward to starting her new job. Starting is the gerund.
I am looking forward to meeting everyone. Meeting is the gerund. They are looking forward to the announcement. Announcement is a noun.
So the rule is simple. Look forward to is always followed by either a noun or a verb with ing, never by a base verb.
Mistake to avoid. I am looking forward to hear from you is wrong. I am looking forward to hearing from you is correct. I am looking forward to see the film is wrong. I am looking forward to seeing the film is correct.
And another common mistake is using look forward to when the thing being anticipated has already happened or is not actually certain to happen. Look forward to is for things that are genuinely expected and anticipated positively.
If something might not happen, you would use hope instead. I hope to see you soon is more appropriate when the meeting is uncertain. I look forward to seeing you is more appropriate when you know the meeting is happening and you're excited about it. Now, let us look at all three expressions side by side in the same situation so you can really feel the difference between them.
Imagine your friend is going to take an important exam next week. Let us use all three expressions in this situation.
I hope you do well on the exam. You believe it is possible. You want the good outcome. The exam is real. The result is possible. Hope is perfect here.
I wish I could take the exam for you. You cannot actually do this. It is impossible. But you are expressing how much you want to help. Wish for the impossible desire.
I'm looking forward to celebrating your success after the exam. You are anticipating the celebration. You are excited about it. Look forward to for positive, eager anticipation of something expected to happen.
Three expressions, same general situation, three completely different meanings and feelings. That's the power of understanding these correctly.
Now, let us look at another situation. Your friend is moving to a new city next month.
I hope the move goes smoothly. Real situation, possible outcome, hoping for the positive result.
I wish you did not have to move. You want the reality to be different. You are sad they're leaving. Wish for a present situation you want to be different.
I'm looking forward to visiting you in your new city. You are excited about a future visit. You expect it to happen. Positive anticipation.
Perfect. Again, three expressions covering three completely different emotional and grammatical situations in the same context.
Now, let's talk about some specific real-life situations where each expression is most naturally used, because context is everything in real conversation.
Hope is used most naturally when you're about to do something and you want it to go well. I hope the traffic is not bad. When you want something good to happen for someone else, I hope your mother recovers soon. When you're expressing a positive desire about an uncertain outcome, I hope we get the contract.
Wish is used most naturally when you want to express a fantasy or an impossible desire. I wish I could speak 10 languages. When you want to express regret about the past. I wish I had saved more money when I was younger. When you are frustrated with a current situation and you want it to be different. I wish this meeting would end. And in polite greetings and well wishes. I wish you all the best. I wish you a happy new year. Best wishes.
That is an interesting point. I wish you all the best. I wish you success. I wish you happiness. Best wishes. These are all fixed, natural expressions that do not follow the usual impossible or unreal wish grammar.
That's such an important point. I wish you all the best. I wish you a happy new year. Best wishes. These are all fixed, natural expressions that do not follow the usual impossible or unreal wish grammar.
Look forward to is used most naturally in professional written English. I look forward to hearing from you at the end of an email. In spoken conversation, when you're excited about something upcoming, I'm really looking forward to the concert. When someone tells you about a plan, oh, you're visiting next month? I'm so looking forward to it.
Now, let's do a practice round. I'll describe a situation, and you choose the best expression and build a sentence.
Ready. You really want your friend to get better after an illness. She's sick, but recovery is possible.
I hope you feel better very soon. Hope because recovery is genuinely possible, and you want that positive outcome for her.
You regret that you never learned to play the piano when you were young. That time has passed and cannot be changed.
I wish I had learned to play the piano when I was younger. Wish with had plus past participle for a past regret about something you can't change now.
You have a work conference next Friday, and you're excited about it. You know it's happening, and you're looking forward to it eagerly.
I'm really looking forward to the conference next Friday. Look forward to with a noun because the event is confirmed and you're excited about it.
You want to tell your neighbor that you hope their new business does well. The business just started, and success is possible.
I really hope your new business does well. Hope because the success is a real possibility and you're expressing a genuine positive desire.
You're frustrated because your colleague keeps talking loudly on the phone, and you want them to stop.
I wish he would stop talking so loudly on the phone. Wish with would for expressing frustration about someone's ongoing behavior that you want to change.
You just sent an important email and you're waiting to hear back from the other company. You expect a response and you want it.
I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to with a gerund, hearing, for professional positive anticipation of an expected response.
6 situations, 6 perfect responses. Let's also quickly review the 3 grammar structures one more time, because getting these right is what makes your English sound genuinely natural, expressive, and accurate in every situation where feelings, desires, and future anticipation come up.
And those situations come up every day, in your workplace, in your friendships, in your family conversations, in your professional emails, everywhere.
So, take today's lesson and use it today. Tell someone, I hope you have a great day. Write an email that ends with, I look forward to hearing from you. Think about something you wish were different and make that sentence. Real use today is what locks these in permanently.
We are truly proud of every one of you who showed up for this lesson and learned something real today. Your commitment to improving your English is something to be genuinely proud of.
Thank you so much for watching English Learner Classes. We appreciate every single one of you who joins us and invests in your English every day. Don't forget to subscribe to English Learner Classes for more easy and practical English lessons just like this one. Keep learning, keep improving, and we'll see you in the next lesson.